Are we live? We're live, I guess. Yes. Hello, hello. Hey, what's up, guys? Alex here. Thank you for checking this video. Welcome to this beautiful, wonderful, and unpredictable live streaming. And my computer started like, the fans are spinning so fast. Hello, oh, I see already a lot of people here that are connected. And we're live. Everyone can hear me properly. My dog is like, I don't know, questioning my sanity because I'm talking alone. Hey guys, how you doing? The sound is okay? Yeah, the sound is fine. The video is fine. Hey, so many people. That's beautiful. Okay, so what are we gonna do today? Today we're gonna live code Akira, or probably also Sequeler a little bit because I have to do some update about Sequeler, but basically we're gonna see all the progress that I've been doing and all the things that I've been doing with Akira, my native Linux application for UX design. And a little disclaimer, this is not gonna be pretty because I'm not an expert on Vala and GTK. I started coding Vala like 3 months ago, maybe 2. I'm not good at that. Like, I'm 100% not good at that. So you can see what you're gonna experience today during this live streaming. You will see kind of an experienced developer struggling so much in trying to understand what to do and what to code. It's gonna be horrible. So I just speed up my computer because, of course, it's live, so I cannot cut it out. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty terrible. So I'm sorry, probably it's gonna be boring. I will try to explain what I'm doing, and I will try to explain what I want to do, and I will ask for help because I'm not good. But yeah, that's what it's gonna be. For now, I'm not gonna answer any questions. I'm gonna start working on it, and we're gonna just like do a little bit of live coding and see what's the status of Akira, and then I'm gonna focus on all your questions. So as soon as I say, okay, go with the questions, I'm gonna answer all your questions. It's gonna be pretty awesome. But let me switch the screen to the second one. Yeah, I'm small. I'm on the side. Yeah, okay. You guys, no sound? Are you sure? No sound. No, there's sound for me. Are you sure, guys? Yeah, sound is okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's continue. But yeah, so this is Elementary OS. I'm running right now on the Gazelle from System 76, and I don't know how long I can hold this because it's the first time that I'm doing a live stream in so intense on the Gazelle. That's it, like everything is connected via USB. I have the Logitech HD 1080p camera here. I have the Blue Yeti connected via USB. I have a second monitor connected with HDMI. So everything is like plugged in into the laptop, and the laptop is taking care of everything. It's taking care of recording, streaming via YouTube, and I'm gonna start coding and developing and compiling stuff. So I don't know if it's gonna crash or not, but yeah, this is like the current situation. So yeah, let's start coding. So this is Elementary OS. The first thing that I do when I code a Vala and GTK application, I access Vala doc because Vala doc has full documentation of Vala, and it's absolutely necessary. I spend like pretty much 90% of my time on Vala doc trying to understand what the hell is written here. And then I open on another desktop. I open first the terminal, and let's access the Akira project. So I'm not sure if you guys can see what I'm coding because it's kind of small. I could increase a little bit the resolution if you want, but it's gonna be like really weird for me. But yeah, let's open Visual Studio Code, and that's what I use to code. And this is the current status of Akira. This is the beautiful Vala that I have to refactor this, but I'm gonna explain you later. So let's trigger Akira and let's see at what point we are. Okay, there you go. This is Akira. Beautiful, eh? So again, so empty. But hey, we have the icon here. Look how beautiful the icon. And I also installed it as a test on my machine, and the installation was pretty smooth because it's an empty application, so there's no error in it. But look at this icon, it's so beautiful, hey? So Akira, what is the situation? This is the full UI. I built the full UI. The first issue that I have here is that I want to be able to open multiple instances of the same application. I don't want to just open one and then not being able to open another one. That's how Sequeler works. Sequeler is based all on singletons, so if you try to open again another instance, it just like presents you the previously open instance. It just puts the already open application up on top of the screen just to avoid to trigger multiple application. I think I'm gonna refactor Sequeler as well, but with Akira I don't want to do that. I want to give the users, especially designers, the ability to open multiple instances. So if I open another tab here and I trigger again Akira, so to trigger a second instance, you can see that yes, it opens, but it's missing everything. So it's missing like the sidebars, it's missing like the main canvas, the toolbar, everything that it's at the bottom here. So it's not working because of the way I coded it. So I used singletons. Do you guys know what is a singleton? Let me see if someone can answer to this question. Do you guys know what is a singleton? 1, 2, 3. No, you guys don't know what is a singleton. Well, I don't know either. No, yes, I know. So a singleton is, let me close this instance of Akira here. Okay, perfect. A singleton, let me show you this in the status bar, is basically this thing. So if you can read the code, sorry, I'm reading the questions. You guys are awesome. But a singleton is basically a class that you can instantiate. You can create a new instance of the class just once. And if you try to call it again, it will return the already triggered instance, so the old one. So that's why when I open a second instance of Akira, all the layout and the sidebar and the canvas and the toolbar were not present because we're already initialized in the first instance, and I couldn't initialize again another instance of the sidebar or the toolbar. That are all separated classes. And that's the code that I'm using here. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yes, you can see a little bit the code here. So a singleton is basically, we have the public class, for example, the status bar, that is a GTK box. And then the status bar has inside itself a private instance with the same name of the class. And basically when you create an instance or you trigger it for the first time, the public method that I create, a get instance, checks if the instance is not null, or if the instance is null, creates a new instance of the status bar. Otherwise, if the instance is not null, it just returns the same instance. So you avoid to initialize a new instance every time. This is good if you have something that you don't want to initialize multiple times, and you want something that it's consistent and it's always the same throughout all the installation or all the instances of your application. For example, like the settings. If you open an application and you have the preference of the settings and you change those settings, if you open another instance of the same application, you should have the same exact settings. You cannot have separated settings for the second instance of the same application. That's why you use singletons for to handle settings. But it's not good to handle UI. I mean, it's good if you don't want to have multiple instances of the same class, but it's not good to handle UI. So I need to refactor it. And the first thing that I did was the header bar. It was refactored to be used as a singleton, to be used as a regular instance. And I want to just give a little shout out to Philip Scott on GitHub. Is a developer for Elementary OS. He helped me a lot in understanding how to properly structure my classes and how to make them better. So that's what I'm gonna do. First, it's the header bar here. We have the new installation. Now let me remove this. We have the new construct. GTK style flat. Okay, so this is the header bar. What we have to do, let's start with the left sidebar and let's refactor it. So first we can change public class. Let's copy everything. So I'm gonna basically steal my own code, and also I'm gonna change a little bit the style. So here I have a double level of indentation. In Vala you can define the namespace and then you wrap the namespace around the full class. So you can use, in this case I can call left sidebar by calling Akira.left sidebar, but you have a double level of indentation. You can avoid it by simply typing public class Akira.left sidebar in this case. So we're gonna do this left sidebar, and then we're gonna replace everything. Header bar, this is an object, and then the construct, and we can construct everything there. So header bar, that's perfect. We got the main canvas, the left sidebar. I'm opening all the windows to see what the hell I did because of course that's like, I'm totally confused right now. I'm just like trying to understand all the stuff that I did, and I need to refactor the code. But as I said, I'm not good at this, so it's gonna be pretty terrible. But yeah, let's refactor this. So we got a toolbar, GTK box, we don't need this, the left sidebar, we don't need this, private left sidebar. No, we don't need all of this because we need just the public header bar. And then we can construct, and then we have the public voice toggle. So let's say this GTK toolbar. Oh, this is confusing. Left sidebar, build sidebar. Okay, so the build sidebar can be in the construct. So let's close this instance. Okay, let's start the construct. And the build UI, actually the build sidebar, we don't need this. We can just simply cut this out and paste it here. That's perfect. Let's indent back. Okay, sidebar L, left sidebar, GTK. The toggle, here we have the toggle, so we can copy paste. And this method, the public void toggle, it's really interesting because I'm gonna show you what it does in a moment. And as soon as I continue refactoring this, the sidebar orientation, GTK with requests, all this stuff need to be in the construct. Okay, and then let's go back here. Okay, our label, label, add label. Okay, perfect. Toggled, that's awesome. Build sidebar, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need that. That's just a GTK box. So the last thing that I have to do is the public header bar with the information of my left sidebar, and I can remove the header bar and the toolbar. So the left sidebar has an orientation of horizontal and the toggle is through by default. So the orientation can be removed from here. And let's see that probably this is okay. So let's comment this out. Okay, we refactored the code to not use a singleton, to use this. And now the left sidebar, when we trigger the left sidebar in the window, no, where do we trigger this? In application, don't remember. Oh, it's here, settings, window, header bar, left sidebar, status bar, config, main, no, window, main window, application, left sidebar. There you go. Instead of having left sidebar new instance or like get instance, we need to create a new instance of the left sidebar. So what I want to do, I want to make it available globally. So I'm gonna put it here and I'm gonna say, hey, this public is left sidebar is left underscore sidebar. Okay. maybe I can put it here actually. Let's try. I don't know what I'm doing, so let's try. Sorry. Let's try to put it here. Also, the main window is a singleton. Oh, I need to refactor also this, but for now, public left sidebar. Actually, let's put it above everything. Left sidebar is this, so I can have a new instance, the build UI. I can do that. The left sidebar is equal to new left sidebar. And then I can put the left sidebar in the instance pane pack1. Okay, let's see if it works. In order to see if it works, we can open the terminal and we go inside the build folder, we type make. We have an issue, left sidebar get instance on Akira. Where is in application Vala? Left sidebar, what is it? Window main. Oh, where is it? Where is this error? Application source Vala, application Vala. No, okay, sorry. Shortcut. There you go. Okay, there you go. Here, sorry. It's not left underscore sidebar. Okay, let's try make left sidebar. The name left sidebar does not exist in context because I put it inside the main window. Instead, I have to put it completely outside and initialize this from the actual window here, or the main, no, the application. Yes, the application. Public left sidebar. So here we can do left sidebar, it's equal to new left sidebar, and this should trigger that. So we need to change the, oh, this is so confusing. You can see how it's just, I'm losing my mind already because it's this so messed up. Left sidebar, we don't need to initialize this because in the building of the UI it's already there. Let's try again. No, invocation not supported. Shortcut left sidebar toggle is not there because, okay, shortcut header bar, it's toggle properly, but the header bar, it's not initialized in the main. The header bar, it's here, and the header bar, GTK header bar, header bar new construct. Start toolbar. This is interesting. Header bar, new GTK, Akira header bar. That's really confusing. Don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so the header bar, it's correct, but the left sidebar is not correct because the left sidebar is missing something. The construct is there, everything is there, but in the main window, oh, there you go. In the main window, the header bar gets initialized. Okay, let's do it here. So not in the main window here, or not in the application, but let's do this. Let's remove it. In the application, we define this inside namespace, so it's accessible everywhere, but in the window, we actually trigger and initialize the left sidebar. So now I guess it should work. Not yet. Left sidebar. Ah, why not? Header bar. Title bar, header bar. Shortcuts. Sidebar. Oops. I'm using. Damn it. Sorry. I was calling the left sidebar with the brackets. So I was calling it as it was a function. Instead, it's not a function. It's an instance of the sidebar. Yay! No compiling errors. That's great. Okay, let's trigger Akira once again. Okay, the sidebar is here and it works. You can resize it. So The toggle thing that I show you is that because I wanted to create a shortcut that when you hit Control and period, the entire sidebar disappears, like the entire UI disappears. And you can see now it's not working for the sidebar left because I refactor something, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, let me remove it. This is a really interesting and really helpful thing to do, I guess. It's a really helpful shortcut, because when you design something and you have everything in your main canvas, then you hit Control period, the entire UI disappears. You have just your design, so it's really good for presentations and stuff like that. But now it's not working for the left sidebar because I don't know why. Toggle is through, toggle, shortcut, left sidebar, toggle. Okay, let me, I don't know. So this should actually work. Left sidebar is toggled. Toggle is equal true, header bar set title. Left sidebar is left sidebar construct bubble void toggle. Toggle is true. Return visible. Visible is equal value. Public. Okay, let's see if this is actually trigger. So we can trigger a warning. Oops. Warning, and let's say this. Oops. Say toggled. So this warning will trigger an error message inside our terminal every time we tap that method. And let's see if we're actually tapping the method. Yeah, toggled. Okay, so oops, I cannot move it. Why is not hiding the sidebar? Sidebar is not getting hidden. Visible is different, is true, no show all. Oh, sorry. Is this correct? Oh, it's just toggled. Oh, damn it. There you go. Sorry, I pasted. I used the wrong function because I have to just change the variable, and then the getters and setters here will take care of updating the visibility property of the sidebar. So now if I make and then I trigger Akira again and then I hit, yeah, everything disappears. That's perfect. That's beautiful. Are you guys happy? Not sure. Are you happy? I'm super happy here. So that's great. Okay, so we did the work on the left sidebar. Now we have to do pretty much exactly the same thing on the right sidebar, and the status bar, and then the settings, and then the main window, and then pretty much everything. So it's gonna be super boring, but hey, we can copy these entire things that we just created here, and let's change the shortcut already everywhere. So let's say this is status. Status bar. Actually, let's maintain it consistent. So status bar, left sidebar, and this is not the instance, but this right sidebar. Okay, I don't need to create anything about this. That's perfect. I need to refactor also the shortcuts, because also the shortcuts need to work in every instance, not just on the main instance. But okay, I guess the header bar, we don't need the header bar anymore because we refactor, maintain the left sidebar. But let's update the window here, and let's duplicate left and status bar. So here it's right sidebar, oops, sidebar, and this is right sidebar, and this is status bar, and this is status bar. Okay, then we're good. Then the main window, we need to do right sidebar here. We need to raise right sidebar, and then here we can status bar. Okay, we replace all this stuff. Then in the application, we have to say also make global the right and the status bar. So this is the right sidebar. This is the right sidebar. This is the status bar, and this status bar. So everything can be accessible everywhere. And now we have to refactor this code. So let's start from the right sidebar. So right sidebar is here. Let's refactor this code by pasting what we did on the left sidebar, and let's update these things. So every time we have a left sidebar something, boom. Okay, perfect. This GTK horizontal. It's toggled. Sidebar add class sidebar R request add class sidebar R because I wanted to create a different class. Request size 220, that's perfect. In the construct, we need to put the label that it's identical. Label, yes, it's just R. And then toggled is fine. Okay, perfect. So this new approach, it's really great because it's solving a lot of, like, it's removing a lot of extra lines of code that are not necessary. I'm using, like, whenever I initialize the class, I'm using the construct, and this is fantastic. So it's really, really helpful. And thank you again, Philip Scott, for your amazing help. Like, this is majestic. Sidebar R. Okay, now we have to do the status bar, right? That's the thing that we did. We did the right sidebar, and then we have to do the status bar. So let's open the status bar, and let's do exactly the same. Whoopsie, right sidebar. Let's copy everything we did on the right sidebar. Let's paste it here, create a little bit of space, and then let's replace everything with status bar. Right sidebar, no, status bar. Okay. It's a GTK box as well. The toggle we have, add class. We need to add class status bar because we have a different thing. Let's write instead of sidebar status bar here. GTK align label margin 10. I don't like the label margin 10 on the status bar. I want 8 because I want the status bar a little bit smaller, but that's something that we're going to take care of later. Orientation horizontal as well. Orientation horizontal, toggle through, status bar construct, and toggle. Okay, I guess we did it. We refactor the right sidebar and status bar. Let's see how many errors we're gonna trigger in our terminal. Make. Oh, no errors. It's fantastic. Okay, you guys want me to zoom in. Okay, I will zoom in. It's gonna be pretty terrible for me. Can you guys see this? I can zoom in also the terminal a little bit if I can. Yes, there you go. Okay, this is the terminal. Okay, can you guys see it better? This is so hard for me to code in this way, but it's okay. It's gonna go. Oh my god, this is gigantic code. Okay, so it's compiled. Let's trigger Akira again. Oopsie, and we did something wrong here. I mean, this is okay, but this is not good. Oh, I guess what are we doing here? Application sidebar status bar here created. Okay, the status bar main window. Am I attaching this status bar pack and okay, right sidebar. It's just one. Okay, just this. This is better for me. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, I'm like they're asking me to zoom in or zoom out, but it was really hard for me to read these things. Horizontal, vertical. So something is happening here in the status bar. I guess in the status bar I have the width request. Yes, I forgot to the width request. Let me see what I deleted here. I don't have any width requests, it's just the class, because of course we don't have the width request. So this was creating the issue, and let's compile again. And let's trigger Akira once again. Oh, come on. Label expand is through. No, label margin 0. Okay, what did I do here? Oh, I don't need the expand. I'm a silly human. Okay, so let's say label expand is nope, and width request is nope. and GTK orientation is horizontal, toggle is through, and let me comment this for now because I'm in need that. Let's compile again, let's trigger, and now the UI is good. Awesome. Okay, great. So these are not singletons anymore, and if I hide this, perfect. That's fantastic, everything works. So if now I trigger a secondary instance of Akira, I should have pretty much everything except the main canvas because I didn't update the main canvas. So I'm gonna open another instance here, and I'm gonna trigger another instance of Akira. Ooh, we don't have this because the main canvas is still a singleton. Because you can see here, let me close this, boom, pam. Okay, this can be deleted finally. So the main window where I actually build the entire UI, I attach the right sidebar, left sidebar, status bar, blah, blah, blah. Also the main window is a damned singleton. So I don't want to do that. I don't want a singleton. I want a regular instance. So let me change this. The application, I don't need to do anything else here. Main window is the main window, it's instance. Okay. Okay, I'm reading questions. Should I read questions? I'm gonna answer all your questions later. Let me code a little bit. I'm gonna code other like 10-15 minutes, and then I'm gonna show you what I want to do for Akira, and then we can do a little Q&A. And I'm gonna also tell you all the cool things that I'm gonna do next year, or the things that I'm gonna do for Christmas, related to the YouTube channel, of course, related to the tutorials, and then the stuff for Christmas, and it's gonna be pretty fucking fantastic. It's gonna be so amazing, so amazing. Okay, let's do this. Let's refactor the main window to not be a singleton. So let's copy once again my beloved sidebar that it works, and the main window doesn't need to be a singleton because that's terrible. So let's change the right sidebar to main window, and the main window is a GTK box. We need these public methods here that are necessary for me to work. It's a box pane and pane 2. Okay. We got the toggle, we got the main window, and the main window orientation is, where is the main window? Vertical, it's not a horizontal. So the main window is vertical, and the main window doesn't have a toggle because the main window doesn't need to toggle. It's the main window is always visible. We cannot have a main window that disappears when we toggle it. No, actually, yes, it's true. Yeah, it doesn't have to disappear. So we can copy these and we can paste it in the constructor here. Boom, bam. Pack n, pack start, pane 2 is a GTK box. Pane orientation, build UI. Okay, Packstar. So Sir Daniel, it's saying that the stream stops every 5 to 6 seconds for like 1 second. That's mostly because my girlfriend is browsing internet and it's like watching YouTube videos. Are you watching my video right now? You're sucking up bandwidth. You're like destroying the bandwidth. Okay, so all the technical issues about streaming, yeah, my girlfriend just stopped browsing and the streaming went back to normal. So all the issues are Sabrina's fault because she decided to watch my video while I was doing the live streaming. So that's great. That's fantastic. That's really like a smart move. Thank you so much, Sabrina. Everyone is like thanking you. It's great. Okay, whatever. It's crappy internet. It's Canadian internet, so it's pretty slow. And as soon as you start doing something different, or like you start doing one a couple of things all together, the internet goes down super badly. So it's okay. What I was doing here, I refactor as like to remove the singleton. This is vertical, this is perfect. Okay, let me comment everything out. And now this is not a singleton anymore. So we got the main window. Let's see, where are we using the main window? We're using it here. We don't need the instance of the main window, but we have to create main window. It's equal to new main window. And then we can use this method to replace the get instance because we want to add the main window to the full window. Yeah, no, it's really confusing as wording. And then the last thing that we have to do, I guess, in the application, the main window here, do we have to tap the main window in any way throughout the application? I don't know, but it's better to put it there because you're never sure. So main window, and this is main window. Window. Okay, let's make it available everywhere so we can tap different things. Okay, that's perfect. Let's compile this thing again. Make. We got an error. Toggled is not available because the main window doesn't have the toggle getter and setter method. So these method and these variable don't actually exist, and I don't need to use them. So that's perfect. We can remove. Let's go make. Let's remove also here. That's why I kind of like love and hate Vala, because you have to compile it before being able to use it or to use the application. And the compiler tells you the errors. It's not like PHP or CSS or JavaScript. You code it and then you open the browser and it doesn't work and your website is broken and you don't know why. With the compiler, it tells you what the hell is going on. You don't, like Mr. Richard says, anyone understands what he's doing. I don't understand what I'm doing either, so I'm so sorry. Did I compile it? Yes. I'm gonna do, this is just live streaming to show you the progress. Oh, the main canvas is here, that's perfect. This is just a live streaming to show you the progress of what I'm doing with Akira. I'm not just doing a tutorial, stuff like that. I will do tutorials about Vala and GTK when I get more expert about it, because right now you can see the struggle. You can see like how hard it is for me to do all these things. And this main window is not having the main canvas, get instance. Okay, the main window, something going on, because when I trigger Akira, we got the main canvas that is there, but we don't have anything else. We don't have the left sidebar, we don't have the right sidebar. Into back start is a GTK box. GTK box. She's still browsing. Mr. Richard said he's still getting those spikes of like connection that goes on and off. And says, Sabrina, I don't think it was your fault. She's still browsing. She's not. Really? She's not watching a video, but she's still browsing. And it's okay. It's internet. But hopefully, like the final streaming will be decent. I don't know. So sorry for the crappy quality. I will do a better one next time. I hope so. So sorry. Set position, probably build UI, okay, set position 2000. Why this is not getting use main window? Let me search if I get main window get instance. Do I have it somewhere? No. Okay, main window. Where am I using the main window here? In application Vala, main windows is perfect. And public class in main window. Okay, and the main window here is a new main window, and it's adding here. So this is okay, this is working, and the main window also, it's calling the main canvas getting an instance. So the pack one, it's correct, but the that's really odd, because the main canvas is here and it's getting printed, but not the left and right sidebar are not getting printed. Are here somewhere? This is really interesting. This is really, really interesting. So let's debug a little bit these things first. First, let's see if the construct is actually working. I didn't have anything here. Build UI, public void, build UI, and the construct pane, box, pane. Wonder why it's not working. So let's say, don't know what to do. This is really confusing for me. Let's sidebar, it's here. So so if I revert back this and not a singleton, no, there's no hot reloading for Vala. When you compile, it just like reloads everything, so that I can get fresh new code. So it's not that it's using a different thing. So this is terrible. I don't know what to do. That's super weird. Okay, let's trigger a warning. Trigger a warning. If the construct works, we can trigger a warning and say it works. So the construct is getting actually called properly. Let's trigger, boom. It works. Yes, the construct here is getting triggered. So something is fishy. Something is going on, because those two panes, actually the left and right sidebar, are not getting attached. Pane 1, pane 2, pane, pack start. Okay, let's see that. Let's do something. It's just a test. I don't know why. Let's say that in the construct, we're gonna actually call a public method inside here called build UI, and this public void method called build UI will actually take care of building the UI. So I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's just a gut feeling. No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I don't know why I have this issue. Is this getting called too soon? Is this getting called too late? Don't understand. I don't understand. Main window, it's here. Public main window. Granite application. Window this. Okay, so we open this. The main window is here, and we add the main window, and the construct gets right sidebar. We have shortcuts here. We're not handling the main window in any way. This is so weird. Sir Daniel says you should redevelop Akira from scratch in C. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. It's too hard for me. I don't know anything about this. Actually, Akira, it's built in Vala, and Vala compiles in C. So it spits out C, and that's perfect. So you can actually see the C, see the source code that it's actually C. So, it's fine. It's gonna be awesome. So the status bar doesn't work. Oh, wait. Oh, no way. No way. There's no way that's the issue. That's no way that's what's gonna what was happening. Yes. Jesus. Are you kidding me? I'm such a klutz. This is working. Okay. You know what was the issue, guys? Is that I called the main window, I initialized the main window, before initializing all the other parts or the other blocks and boxes that are inside the main window. So I was basically initializing the main window, and inside the main window I was calling the right sidebar and the left sidebar, but those two things, the right sidebar and left sidebar and the status bar that I was attaching to the main window, weren't real, like weren't triggered yet, weren't initialized. So this is totally like a cascading thing. So it's like it triggers before what happens on top and then goes down. So if it trigger before a window that needs other windows inside, I need to trigger the other windows inside. Okay, that's clear now. We solved the mystery. Okay, that's sorry. Okay, so now, because we removed the singletons of the main window, status bar, right sidebar, and left sidebar, we still have a couple of singletons around, like the shortcuts and the, what was that? The main window, no, it's not a singleton. We have something else. Oh, the settings, these are singleton but can stay there. The main canvas is a singleton. So the main canvas, we need to refactor the main canvas in just a second. But let's test if I trigger now Akira and then I trigger another instance of Akira. Boom! We got 2 instances with full UI. And the shortcut, it's working for the first one, or like the second one, but it's not working for the second one. You can see like when I trigger the shortcut, the actual second instance works, but the first one kind of works, like it switches, because also the shortcuts are singleton, so we need to refactor that. And but yeah, we have Mr. Richard just said, you're not that bad after all. I'm terrible. Like, it took me like, I don't know, 10 minutes to figure out this issue. It's just so stupid. Okay, let's refactor the few last things and then we can start like doing some Q&A, guys. I will answer all your questions. So first, let's switch the main window. No, where is that? The main canvas from a singleton to actual regular application. So let's change also this. Oh my god, so many things. Such a roller coaster of emotions. Okay, so let's duplicate this main canvas, and this is also gonna be the main canvas. Okay, we don't need to do anything here, so the window is done. Main canvas is done. Then the status bar, no application. Let me close right bar, status bar. Application, we need the main window and we need also the main canvas here, and let's replace this canvas. Okay, that's perfect. Then we need to change, instead of main canvas here, we need to call the actual variable that stores the instance of our application. We can, I guess, safely delete this, but we'll see in a moment if I screwed up everything. Okay, the left sidebar, don't need to do anything. The shortcut here, we need to don't do anything for now. And now we can refactor the main canvas. So let's copy the status bar, because I like the status bar a lot. It's really simple and easy. Main canvas. Let's paste it here. The main canvas also as well is just a GTK box. So let's copy the name of the class and let's replace status bar main canvas. It's a GTK box that doesn't need to be toggle, so we can remove the toggle property and we can remove the toggle method. Perfect, but we have a couple of public GTK pained. That's also another issue that we will take care of that in a bit. And here we need to change a bunch of things. So the building UI here, we can replace everything with this. We don't need to add any style. We don't need to do anything. That's perfect. Okay, so let's comment these out. And is this vertical? Is not horizontal. So GTK orientation vertical. Okay, we got the main canvas. Let's see if we broke something. Make. No errors. That's so good. Okay, the main canvas, it's there. This is working. Perfect. Let's trigger another instance as well. And the main canvas, it's there. This is beautiful. Okay, but here we still have issues with shortcuts. Okay, perfect. So it's time to take care of the shortcuts. This is so good. Sorry, this is so exciting. Okay, the shortcuts. Let's go to the application here where we have the settings now. Shortcuts, settings, public settings. Duplicate this and shortcuts and shortcuts. Okay, we got this. Then we go in the main canvas. Where are we calling the shortcut? Look at how small in this main canvas, and it's gonna be terrible, but whatever. Main canvas, what is this? No shortcuts. We don't need the shortcuts. Shortcut is here, but before we need to, not the main, the application. Shortcuts is the... Where are we calling the shortcuts every time? Oh, there you go. Sorry. So this is a super cool method that I wrote, and I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing, but this is a super cool method where I'm triggering the shortcut, and I'm sending the whatever shortcut happens when I type something or when I use some shortcut combination on my main window. I send it to that class, the shortcut class that handles the shortcut, and here I can write everything. In Sequeler, the approach was different. I was having all the shortcuts listed in the main window, and it was getting out of hand. Like, I mean, Sequeler has few shortcuts, like 5 or 6 different shortcuts, but for Akira, there is a UI UX design app. You're gonna have like hundreds of different shortcuts, and will be customizable by the user. So I needed to create a separated instance of that class. So let's create here, let's say shortcuts. It's equal to new shortcuts instance, and here instead of getting the instance, I can say shortcut, handle the shortcut. Oh, so small, so short, so good. So now we can refactor the shortcut to not be anymore a singleton. So also this way, let's copy the status bar and the construct. Here, shortcuts. There you go. In the construct, we don't need to construct anything actually. The shortcut is not a GTK box, it's just an object that pretty much doesn't have anything other than the Boolean class called handled. And the shortcut is nothing, it's just an empty... I don't know what to do here. Do I have to type empty object? Can I use the construct, like empty construct? Or like, can I avoid to have the construct because everything is handled by the handle method? Let's see what it does. Let's see how it works. So boom, let's put it here. Let's comment the old code out. So now the shortcut is not a singleton anymore. It's just an object. An object that has just one single variable as a property that is a Boolean, so true or false. The construct and the object generation are empty because it's just an object, but I never did something like that, so I'm not sure if it's correct. Let's try. Okay, the compiler didn't trigger any error. Shortcuts are still working. That's perfect. Let's try to remove actually the construct first. Let's remove the construct. Let's compile it again. No error. Shortcuts is working. Let's remove, I think this I have to leave it. Yeah, I think I have to leave the public method. Otherwise I cannot generate. Oh, no errors? Oh. It's working, I guess. Okay, it's working. Great. I don't need this. Great. If I don't have to define any properties for the object or like for the actual GTK stuff, I can remove everything. So that's great. Okay, so short and sweet. This is so good. Yes, Mr. Richard, you're a really excited person. I love it. Thank you for being involved in this. What am I doing here? Let's open make. Yes, so good. Okay, so we have this and this is working. And now if we trigger an instance and we trigger a secondary instance of Akira, also the shortcut here, it works. And on the second instance, it still works on the first one because I don't know why. Because I have to change the focus. Okay, so the shortcuts or not. Window, the GTK application creates a new shortcut, so shortcut should handle. And then when I present this, okay, so okay, this is something I'm gonna have to study because I don't know. When I select one instance of another, how do I handle the shortcut? Or how do I present? Because when you trigger a new Vala application or a GTK application, you have to present the application. So you put that application on top of everything and you put the focus of your entire thing, whatever you're doing, on that application. So when you switch from a secondary instance that currently has the focus to another one, how do I switch the presentation, like the present, to the other one? So that's gonna be an interesting question that I'm gonna solve. So the last thing that I want to show you is another issue that I'm gonna try to solve by myself, but basically I want this to be completely manageable by the user. So if the user wants to extend a window here, or like change this, or move stuff around, like flip the things, I want to be as fluid as possible so the user can handle the UI as he wants. The problem is that with this GTK paint, that is the object that I'm using to create this layout, look what happens. First, if I resize one window or like one size and then I resize it back, look what happens to the second one. It grows, and I don't want this to grow. Like the GTK paint should affect only the panel that I'm moving. It shouldn't affect also this one. This is not doing the issue, it's not creating the issue, because this environment, like this block, it's separated from the other block. And so it's not affecting the GTK paint. The problem here is that I have this second block that it's also including both main canvas and sidebar. So when I resize this entire block, it resizes everything, and I don't want that. And the other issue is that if I have my UI layout like this and I shrink it, that's perfect, not a problem. If I put it back, like grow again, look what happens. The panels, they expand, and I don't want this. I hate it. So I have already a method in the main window, I guess. No, in the application, I don't remember. No, window. Yeah, okay. I have a method here that on resize, it updates the settings of your window width and window height. So if you close the window and you have it a specific size, it saves that data, and then when you reopen it, like the application is at the same size that you decided. So probably I'm gonna extend this method to say that on resize, just check what is the size of your panels and keep it fixed. Like remove the ability to shrink it or move it and keep those size fixed. And when you stop resizing, just remove that option so you can re-resize it. I don't know if it's hacky, I don't know if it's a meta method, but it's kind of weird. It's kind of like strange to deal in this way, but I guess I have to do it. I don't know. So annoying. And also I'm gonna use the same method to handle the two panels. So if I resize one, the other one shouldn't resize, even if I'm resizing the container GTK pane. So that's the thing. Okay, I guess that's pretty much it for the Akira stuff. I'm pretty tired. Let me switch back. Hey guys. Okay, it's time for questions. You guys have questions? Actually, let me read. These are all the questions you guys wrote. Let me read the previous one. Let me scroll back. Mr. Richard, oh, you got Mr. Richard, you're amazing. I want to let you know how much I appreciate your WordPress tutorials. You're a genius. Thank you very much. No, I'm not a genius. I'm really, really stupid. You can see here like how much I was struggling in coding few things. I'm not a genius at all. I'm just like completely different. So far away from being a genius. But thank you so much. I'm really glad my tutorials are helpful for you and all you guys. Please answer. What is I mean, okay. Abdelatif says, hello bro, I'm an integrator WordPress and I want to make a theme to sell it, and I want any idea about that, like tell me where should I sell it. Just do a Google research. Just do where to sell my WordPress themes. Do a simple Google research. You're gonna have the full list of websites where you can sell your WordPress theme. It's just really simple. Okay, other Mr. Richards asks, when will you resolve this resizing issue? Probably tomorrow or this afternoon. I have to do a lot of research because I have no idea what to do. And it's been also an hour that I'm coding here, so I don't want to like, it's gonna be really tedious me actually spending hours in reading the Vala documentation and try to understand, okay, well, how does this work? Like, that's my life, like reading the Vala documentation and trying to understand things that I don't understand. Sharif asks, any news for plugin development series? Yes. Okay, so from Tuesday next week, so in 2-3 days, I'm gonna be on vacation from work, and I'm gonna basically record 1 or 2 tutorials per day every day. So I will try before the end of the year, before the New Year's, to publish at least 20 videos. Most likely I won't be able to do it because there's a lot of videos, but I'm gonna push the plugin development series a lot, and I will try. I wanna, even if the plugin we're building it's really complicated and has a lot of options, I want to try to make it short, easy to understand, really short videos, like 5 to 10 minutes videos, and I will try to conclude the series around video number 60. I don't want to make it too long, so I'm going to try to push it as much as possible to just release a lot of videos. Vojislav, I guess it's right. Is Akira going to be only accessible via Elementary Store? Is going to be an app image? App image. I'm actually, as soon as the UI is completed and you have a small like, okay, the goal is for the 24th of December, that is next week, to release the simple UI, the thing that you just saw, but with the ability to draw a canvas in the main window and draw a rectangle. That's it. Just the ability to select a rectangle, draw it, and that's the simplest thing ever. My dog is going around a lot. It's making so much noise. But that's the goal for the 24th. As soon as I have that, that is the basic thing ever. So it's just a regular UI and draw a rectangle. That's it. I will work a little bit on building an app image that auto updates whenever I push to my master branch on GitHub. So yes. So yes, Akira will be available as an app image first, because I feel like it's easier to integrate Granite and all the other dependencies because it's a self-containing package. If it gets successful, if I'm able to actually code it and release it 100% and it's going to be useful, I will try to also release it via PPA, via Flatpak, Snap application. I want to release it as much as possible. Of course, the first updates, or like all the new stuffs, are going to be available 100% first on Elementary OS, on the App Center, because I'm going to publish everything there. That's it. That's your answer. Yeah, your name, Voice Love. Okay, yes, I guess that's right. Okay, so a couple of new announcements. As I said, I'm gonna be on a break from work from next week, and I'm gonna push a lot the YouTube channel with a lot of videos from I want to try to finish all the series that I'm doing. So I want to try to finish the plugin development series. I want to try to finish the working with Linux series. I have also another couple of videos for that series for the end of January 2018. So I have a month to finish the entire plugin development series. There's going to be other 40 videos or something, so I'm going to try to push as much as possible. I need to do it because from February 2018 we're going to start 2 new series that are going to just like move to 3 new series. The first series is going to be Introduction to JavaScript. We're going to see vanilla JavaScript from scratch. We're going to learn everything about JavaScript. We're going to code everything with vanilla JS and ES6, like the new convention or like the new coding convention of JavaScript. That JavaScript tutorial is going to transition into a Gulp and Webpack tutorial. We're going to see first how to set up Gulp for npm and package JSON, all the good stuff to have a proper workflow. Blah, blah. It's really hard to talk, sorry. So good. A proper development workflow with npm. We're going to see how to set up all this, and then we're going to, after we understood how Gulp works, we're going to check Webpack. So how to use the new npm extension Webpack to take care of compiling the assets, compiling JavaScript, compiling CSS, and automate, I don't know, like website development and all this kind of good stuff. And then the second series that will happen at the same time, so JavaScript with all this good stuff. And the second series is Laravel from scratch. We're gonna start coding with Laravel a lot. We're gonna start like seeing how, first, like the first series is gonna be like 10 videos, just an introduction to Laravel to explain the structure, how the entire Laravel structure is, it's based, or it's built on, how to install it locally, and what to do in order to launch your first really simple static Laravel website. And then we're gonna switch to build, first we're gonna build a simple CMS, a really simple blog platform, not like WordPress, but really simple blog platform with an administration area where you can publish blogs and categories and images and blah, 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 and then a front end to have your blog. And then after that, we're gonna build something more complicated with Laravel, like something like an commercial application or something, I don't know, a forum. I still have to decide what to build in order to make it more juicy. But yeah, so from February, it's going to be like Laravel and JavaScript all together, pushing these things. And yeah, let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, Mr. Richard is excited about JavaScript tutorials. Yes. Kamal says, JavaScript is my weakest area in terms of coding. Can't wait. Yes, absolutely. It's going to be super awesome. We're going to start really simple with vanilla JavaScript. Then we're going to start integrating some basic frameworks, but I will try to be as like framework agnostic as possible, because if you learn proper vanilla JavaScript, like really simple JavaScript, not relying on any framework, then every time you have to use a framework, it's going to be really easy, because frameworks are based on JavaScript and they just create basically an interface to use JavaScript in a better way or a different way. So if you really know well JavaScript, you can use every framework. Like, it doesn't matter if you want to use React, if you want to use Redux, if you want to use Vue.js, if you want to use Angular, it doesn't matter. Because if you know really good vanilla JavaScript, you can use everything, and that's gonna be pretty amazing. Felance, Alessandro, sei un grande. Yes, I'm cool. I'm big. I know. Ciao bello. There's like, you guys are writing me in Italian. Are there any Italian here? Mr. Richard says not forum, so don't build a Laravel forum, it's getting old. Yeah, you know why it's getting old? Because a forum is the perfect example when you're learning a new application. So building a forum, you have the entire workflow of having an administration area, managing users, managing the CRUD, so create, read, update, and delete type of workflow, and you have like multiple sections, a proper file tree or like a database tree migrations that you have, like the thread and the post and the answer. So it's a complete platform that you can use an example to learn all the aspects of pretty much everything else that you need to build. It doesn't matter if you have to build an e-commerce, it doesn't matter if you have to build a blog, it doesn't matter if you have to build a to-do app, whatever. Building a forum takes care of all the sections that you need to learn in order to build everything else. That's why it's getting old. That's why everyone builds a forum, because it's the perfect example to tackle everything. But if you had suggestions, what would you like to build with Laravel? What you want me to build with Laravel during tutorials? Just let me know. Not too complicated, please. Don't say like, let's build a Facebook clone. It's just pretty insane. Oh, GNet, that's probably GNet, says, and hello from Rome WordCamp, the WordPress camp in Rome, where he participated to that thanks to me as well, and he hugs me. Thank you, GNet. Oh, that's beautiful. You participated in it. It's like, that's fantastic. Okay, Mr. Richard says, I'm convinced about forums. No, it's okay. I know it's boring. I know it's like everyone is building a forum, but that's a perfect, it's a complete example. But if you wanna, like, if you have something in mind, just feel free to suggest it. What do you think about Ruby on Rails? So Ruby on Rails, it's good. I don't use it because I don't like it. I feel like it's outdated compared to most recent stuff, and it's kind of like weird to integrate the Ruby gems for like most recent frameworks. Like it's really hard to integrate a Ruby gem for Vue.js or to properly compile the new version of JavaScript and stuff like that. So the structure of Ruby on Rails was great because gave a sprint to the PHP developers to say, hey, also our frameworks should adopt that structure. You can see Laravel as a really similar structure to Ruby on Rails because it's a really good structure. It's a really good framework structure, but it's a bit outdated and I never use it like thoroughly, so I'm not sure what to think about it. My throat is on fire. Okay, 10 more minutes and then we're gonna stop this live streaming. Voicelab says, love your tutorials and I'm really glad you are switching to Linux. So a question, is there any good raster editor on Linux that isn't GIMP or a paint program like Krita that works non-destructive? That's a really good question. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, my paint is just painting, is just destructing. Yeah, it's not a raster. There are some plugins for Inkscape that you could use to have those editing, but I guess GIMP is the solution. I guess GIMP is the only option. Unfortunately, but that's the thing. If Akira is successful, like Sequeler was kind of successful, I want to refactor it also there. I want to make it better. I want to expand it. I want to make it as useful as a SQL Pro on Mac, and that's the goal of Sequeler. Akira is the goal to offer a professional UI application, UI UX design application for Linux, native for Linux, that you can just use without any shenanigans, without crashing, without, oh, this is outdated, oh, this is wrong, or this is too slow. I want to make it fast. I want to make it perfect for professionals. So if I succeed, and it's gonna take me probably a year to make Akira, if I succeed from that experience, creating a photo retouching application with raster things, something like Pixelmator or something like Affinity Designer, or extending Akira to have also a raster non-destructive type of things, or like handling pixel, handling digital painting or stuff like that, that's totally doable if I succeed in building Akira first. But that's my goal. Like, I'm 32 now. I'm so old. No, I'm not old. I'm 32, and I'm kind of getting bored of building websites and working on web technology. I want to actually contribute on something good, on something like really exciting, something that can help everyone other than doing tutorials. So if I succeed in this, my goal is to just simply build Linux applications and create alternatives, create valid alternatives for professionals that they want to switch to Linux, because Linux is getting there. Like the desktop version of Linux is getting there. For video editing, you have KDE Live that it's perfect. Now it's super stable and it's great. You have Blender where you can do a lot of visual effects and it's getting like mind-blowing features in the next version. And thanks to Elementary OS, now a lot of developers have more access to building native Linux application, while before it was really complicated to get into the game. Like I didn't know what to do. Elementary OS created a bridge that was in this gigantic gap between developers that I wish I was able to do something like that and the actual operating system on the Linux distribution. So this is great, but it's really complicated, and open source technologies and libraries is kind of like weird and outdated. They're not there yet. So, but we're seeing a sprint. We're seeing a move thanks to guys like the System 76 guys that created Pop OS, and the Elementary guys that created Elementary OS, and this App Center. It's just fantastic. So things are moving towards that direction, and the goal would be to be just a full-time Linux application developer and just having, can you imagine having something like Affinity Designer on Linux? And I'm not saying like free, like open source it's fine, but not free, because if an application like that, it really works and is stable, the developer that built it should get paid. So I think I'm gonna like the alpha version of Akira is gonna be completely free, also beta. But when the final product is released, I'm gonna put Akira $10, $15 maybe, but with an open free donation. Like if you cannot afford $15, you can also pay $1 and get Akira for free forever. But yeah, that's the goal. It's just like building really high quality Linux application, native Linux application, so we can just stop wasting money on Windows licenses and really expensive Macs just because we're stuck with software that is not available anywhere else. So yeah, let's do this. I'm moving my head a lot. Okay, let me read what you guys wrote. Mr. Richard said, oh my god, I wish you the very best. I'll be reading for you along the way. Thank you so much. Wow, that is awesome, dude. Thank you. About you, good sir. About you. Thanks, Elementary team. Yes, they're great. They're fantastic. And the team from System 76 were guys from Elementaries working, and a guy that works on that Linux distro written in Rust. Yes, yeah. So like everything is interconnected. Everything is working with everyone. That's great. Also, the guys at Elementary, they did. They went to Ubuntu and they did like the work on Snap thing integration. So probably in the next version, I'm not sure because I don't have this information, but reading online, probably in the next version, future version of App Center is gonna ship Snap apps, which is great. So I already have a Snap app that I can release publicly, and it's fantastic. Yes. Voice Love said, yeah, like donations for downloading Elementary OS. Yeah, exactly. For downloading the Elementary ISO. Exactly. Like a donation-based application. And but yeah, that's the goal. The goal is that. So right now, of course, I'm not doing much because I work full-time. I don't have much time. I have to take care of family and stuff like that. But in the future, it would be amazing to being able to be independent and having like donations via Patreon or PayPal, and selling native Linux applications and doing free tutorials, just like pushing on YouTube and getting revenues by YouTube videos. And that would be amazing. Like I would love to just code. And you can see, like, I don't consider myself a smart person. Like, I'm not smart. I'm not a great developer. I'm just like really average. But if I put my mind into it, and it's like, I want to do this, I just like crush myself until I succeed. And you can see it with Sequeler. Like 3 months ago, I never, ever coded in Vala or GTK. I never even compiled the make. I never created a Debian package. I never did anything like that. I never actually build anything native for Linux ever. And in 3 months, in 2 months, I was able to understand Vala, understand the GTK, use libraries, and create a native application for Linux to use it as a SQL client. And I was able to sell it. And I made $36 in 3 months from SQL. It's just like nothing, $36. But it's amazing considering like 3 months ago I didn't know anything. And consider that in these 3 months, I worked full time. So I had time to code SQL probably 1 hour once every 2 days. And during the weekend, like 4 hours. So nothing much. Can you imagine? I'm so excited. I'm so pumped about myself because I think I'm good at this. But can you imagine the fucking amazing cool things I can do if I could work full time on coding Vala applications? And just, oh god, so exciting. Okay. Okay, sorry. More questions. What are your thoughts on Gravit Designer? Okay, Gravit Designer, Figma. There are other like hundreds of thousands. Those are great, but those are web applications, are Electron application, are built with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and are wrapped around a desktop container that you can put it on your desktop and launch it locally. The problem with those is that they're not reliable. They're slow, they're clunky. You cannot use them if you have like a gigantic file that you need to use as a professional. You will end up with a file with 35 different artboards and hundreds of layers and thousands of different elements of your hardware. Those Electron applications cannot handle that. And that's a thing that will not change, unfortunately, or probably in the future will change, but right now cannot change, because an Electron app is an app built in web technologies, so HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Those technologies are called high-level technology, so they're up there. And the high-level programming language are slower than the low-level programming language. A low-level programming language is like C, C#, C++, Scala, I guess, Vala, I'm not sure, but why they're called low level and high level. It's not like the high level are cooler. No, it's the distance between the CPU. So the CPU is your processor. The further away code programming language is from the CPU, the more computing needs to be done in order to tap the potential of the CPU. So JavaScript is so far away from the CPU. That's why when you have a really heavy JavaScript application, your CPU is just like hammering and hitting 100% all the time, and it gets super slow, your computer. C, the C, C++, C# are a low level, so are really close to the CPU, so they can conversate with the CPU way faster without like consuming as many resources as a high-level application. That's why C++, C# are like 25, 30 years old coding languages that are still around, and people still use those because those are the best if you wanna build an application, a native application for your desktop that taps all the functionalities of your hardware. You can tap the full potential of your CPU, and can tap like all the cores. You have 8 cores in your machine, quad cores. I can tap 10% of one core, 10% of one, 10% of 10%. JavaScript is just like cannot do that. Like we'll be able to do that. I don't know if it can right now, but it's just like the performance wise, it's just terrible. That's it. Sorry. I'm really passionate about Electron native apps, so that's the thing. Mr. Richard said $36 is impressive. Yeah, it's impressive, but it's not like a job. It's not like a full-time job. So the goal would be to be sustainable just by selling apps, and in order to do that, you need to create some really strong and really necessary apps that everyone needs to use and make, like, change the ecosystem and change the environment. Like now I'm a full-time web developer, web designer, and I just use Linux because the applications that I need are all on Linux. I don't need to use application on Windows. So if we reach that situation, users will start pay more money for those apps that they care, so they can support the development, support the developers, and improve the application as well. So Jacques said that's inspiring. Yes, it's really inspiring. Submitted an issue for AWPS. Take a look. Will be the AWPS issue about what was that? Browser sync? Yes, you need to. Yeah, I'm gonna take a saw that. You need to point to the certification. If you're using HTTPS, you need to point to your local certification npm key of your local website. I'm gonna write everything down in the description. If you never use with local HTTPS, that could be confusing, but it's fine. I think many coders give up that easily, give up too easily. Jacques says, I think many coders give up too easily. Yeah, they give up because it's hard. Like, you don't know how many times I think, like, what am I doing? Like, why am I wasting so much time in these things that I don't understand? It's frustrating, it's hard, it's mentally challenging, and the mental energy to code, it's so finite that you reach a point where I don't know what I'm doing here and you want to give up. It's really stressful. C and C++ are considered low level. Yes, it's not like Mr. Low, it means like it's not a negative thing. It's not high, it's good, low, it's bad. It's just like the distance from the CPU. That's it. It's just like, no, it's not a positive or negative thing. So the point is develop apps in assembly. I never use assembly. I guess would be great. I don't know. What do you think, Sir Daniel? LOL, assembly. What is assembly? I don't know what's assembly. Don't make fun of me because I don't know things. Assembly language is a low-level programming language for a computer or other programming device in which is very, very strong correspondence between the language and the architecture machine code structure. Yes, assembly. Assembly language. Oh my god, it looks awful. C is a high level? Really? I thought C was a high level. C programming language. Let me check. Computer programming language. Assembly is more lowest level programming language. Oh, nice. I didn't know assembly. I can't find information. I thought C was like a low-level programming language, like lower than JavaScript for sure. Assembly, yeah, is deeper than C, is lower, right? Yes. I always, well, okay, I should, well, I don't know. Yeah, I guess like C is it's a low level. Okay, if it's not like assembly is like basically attached to the CPU, if assembly is like making love to the CPU, C or C++, they are like close to the door and filming while assembly is making love to the CPU. So they're crypts. Sounds good. That was bad. Sorry. Jacques said, I did not catch what you said about Electron app. No, I don't like Electron apps because performance-wise are terrible, like really terrible. Yeah, they're toys, they're games. They're not useful for professionals. Like if Electron apps were the answer, like the best, like pretty much every developer would be able to code everything and just like put it around an Electron app and put it online. That's why Atom, it's so damn slow. It's a great code editor, but it's so damn slow because it's built in CSS in web technologies. It's an Electron app and has a finite level of performance that can handle to you. If you open a file that is too big, it cannot do that. It's just like too slow for it. Sorry. When you finish Akira, you should talk with Brian Lundux for some promo time. I would love to talk with Brian Lundux. I've been following that guy since the first Linux Sucks. I love that guy, but I'm not sure I'm at his level. Like, he's really knowledgeable in pretty much everything. It's like in computing and programming, and it's just a great guy. I don't know if I could actually have a conversation with him. I feel like I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, we'll love to. Like, I will when Akira is usable, I will send it to him, and I'm like, hey, can you test it? Like, what do you think about this? Like, that would be great. Okay, Mr. Richard says that C is lower than Java and JavaScript, of course, but still a high-level language. Okay, so we can say that C is a medium-level languages. It's in between, but it's closer to the CPU than web technologies. We agree on that, so that's great. Okay, guys, if you have any last-minute questions, otherwise I'm gonna conclude this beautiful live streaming, and thank you so much all for participating. It was wonderful. Sorry for the hiccups in the connection speed, and thank you for dealing with my shenanigans in trying to learn Vala and GTK. I hope to be able to release a pre-alpha version on the elementary OS of Akira where you can just build rectangles and just like create simple shapes. Okay, engineering topics. Are you using Hangout on Air? No, I'm using Open Broadcaster. This is the thing that I'm using. Look at that. This is massive. Open Broadcaster, OBS. You can watch it. You can read it here. OBS 20 on Linux. Open Broadcaster is like this super cool open source. No, it's not open source. It's building Qt application. I don't know if it's open source. I don't think so. But it works on multi-platform, and it hooks to YouTube and it streams directly, and I can manage screens and size it. I can change the screen from one to another. Yeah, that's super cool thing. So it's great. OBS, you should use it. So thanks for your time. Thank you so much. Voice Love says, you're making an app that is a Linux native, professional, and open source. Don't sell yourself short. London will love you. All the best. Thank you. Ciao Alessandro, buon weekend dalla Campania. Oh, it's from Campania. That's a beautiful, beautiful region. Hello, Falan. Hello. Go stream and have a nice day. Thank you for taking VS Code is also an Electron app. Yes, VS Code is an Electron app, but it's surprisingly fast. I don't know why. It's stupid fast. I don't know. But the thing is that I like the extension of VS Code a lot, but when I have to code like for work, I still use Sublime Text because it's faster and it's just like unbelievably reliable. It never crashes. Sorry, it crashes my leg. Okay. OBS is open source. That's great. Engineer asks, with OBS, can we stream ourselves also? Like, do you mean like participating in the live streaming? No, you can't. It's not a web interface. I'm not sure if I will use Hangout on Air to do like, do you think like to do that sort of webinar? If I want to use a webinar, I will use appear.in. I'm gonna do kind of like, I was thinking to do a sort of webinar where it's like a private, maybe top 10 person. I record it and I put it online, but it's private at the beginning, and I do like live coding where like we actually, I don't know, in 4 hours we build a website, stuff like that. Like I was thinking to do that, but yeah, I guess I have to find the time. Okay, thank you so much guys for watching this video. As usual, if you want to support me, there's the support me page of the website. You can click there. There's the Patreon if you want to join Patreon and just pledge $1 per month. You can use the super chat here to send money if you want. Or just the biggest thing that you can do to support me is just share the things that I do. Every time I tweet something, every time I put a video, just share it with your audience. Like that's the biggest support that you could give me. Just share all the weird, stupid things that I say and have fun and code all the things that you want to code. And as usual, at the end of time, at the end of the day, end of time doesn't make sense, but as usual, happy coding. Okay, bye guys, have a fantastic day. Cheers.